welcome back to Logical Minds. It's your girl Neff from the Bury, and we back with episode 9, back with another banger. How you guys been this week? You know what I'm saying? I'm on my chill shit, not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get right into it, you heard? So, boom. All right, so I wanted to talk about this, and I just wanted to let it be known, like a little PSA. Like, I'm not fully educated on this topic, but I know enough because I'm a black person, so I'll say that part. It's about colorism, right? So, I don't know if you've been seeing this thing that's been going around, like this shorty that got a podcast. Like, she's one of the old girlies from Bad Girls Club, and she was pretty much explaining how colorism is like, I don't know how. Okay, I need to be very careful how I word this. Like, okay, so obviously a person with a brain would understand that colorism is the unfair treatment to dark-skinned people, right? So, I haven't experienced colorism, right? Like, I know that I am a brown-skinned individual, right? But I'm also a black individual, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not a dark-skinned individual because I know people personally who are dark-skinned people. I don't even... Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could just tell, like, you know? So, colorism is just the unfair treatment of the person who has a darker skin tone, you know, just simply based off their skin color. And she was expressing that because she's a light-skinned woman, when growing up and stuff like that, like, people will always be like, oh, she's not black enough, or whatever the case may be. Just, like, whatever they were saying to her, like, that was her experience, right? So, people are saying that's not colorism, that's bullying. So I low-key have a rebuttal because, I mean, I know what the definition of colorism is, right? The unfair treatment that dark-skinned people receive within the black community, right? This is something that, this is a black person thing, right? Anything outside of black people, that's racism, right? Just want to make that clear. So the colorism is something that black people do to each other. Yeah. And then it's also, yeah. So, here's what I have to say, right? Because I'm coming from a place of trying to understand everyone. Why would it not also be colorism if light-skinned people are also low-key receiving the same treatment? Like, just low-key, not this, like, I don't want to say same as if, you know, I need to be careful. Like, I'm speaking of simply based off the skin color, right? Because I'm not, look, since we're gonna be real and honest, let's be real honest. Like, I used to be so, like, anti light-skinned men. Like, I never gave a fuck about light-skinned men. I would talk shit about light-skinned men. I will say anything I could to make them feel less of a man, all that, right? Because I just, growing up in school and stuff, it would always be like the light-skinned men that would always want to talk crazy on the dark-skinned shorties, and I'm like, I'm not going for that. So I just, you know, I kind of like stepped up and started talking about shit. So, I would say that I was being like colorist to that light-skinned person, because think about it, like, I'm like, okay, so it's one of those things where it's like, when it comes to dark-skinned people, obviously we understand what the problems are, and I am not trying to make it small at all. Like, I am acknowledging all of that. But we also have to acknowledge that light-skinned people are also black people, and that people also do, like, they treat them weirdly based off their skin color. Now, I understand there is light-skinned people that make their skin color their whole personality, but, bro, like, is there anything wrong with that, though? Like, let's be real. Let's start actually, like, let's start really opening our minds for real. I understand what the history is. I understand what's currently going on. You get what I'm saying? But let's not act like that it's fair to treat light-skinned people like that. Like how what Megan was saying, I'm not defending her. I'm just simply trying to understand her, because I am not a light-skinned woman. And I do not have, well, I do have light-skinned people in my family, but not in my immediate family. You get what I'm saying? So I don't have somebody like I mean, I do. Now that I think about it, I just never really asked, but I will ask, and we will revisit this conversation so that when I'm more educated, we can continue to add on with the dialogue. But for right now, what I know, I'm just trying to speak from a place of understanding. I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. I'm just not trying to be hateful. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be in that space of I'ma just talk shit about every light skin. I was already in that space already, and I was a kid. I was young, and I was my fault. I was ignorant. I was young and ignorant. I didn't know shit. I was just talking shit because they was talking shit. But now that niggas is growing up, niggas is getting more information in their brain and stuff. It just kind of makes me like, all right, so like people are saying that it's just simply bullying if a light skinned person is getting bullied based off their light skin. But my thing is, why are we gonna call that bullying and not colorist if it's another black person doing it? So let's really paint the picture. Like, let's say Sally is the light skinned shorty and Sarah is the dark skinned shorty. So Sally is making fun of Sarah because she's dark skinned. That's colorism. Boom. So let's just flip it. What if Sarah is making fun of Sally for being light skinned? So that's bullying now? Like, I just don't think that makes sense. If we're gonna call it what it is, then we gotta call it what it is. Like, I understand by definition, like, let's really, cause I feel I don't wanna argue. Like, that's where I'm at. But I'm not ducking smoke. I'll say that part. By definition, right, the word colorism is it's prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people with the same ethnic or racial group. Boom. So this is within the black community. So my thing is, colorism is simply for people who have darker skin tones. My thing is, my rebuttal to that is, I feel that colorism should go both ways. I think that should be applied to everyone within the black community, because it's not only dark-skinned people who get talked down on based off their skin color. Light-skinned people also experience that. They just don't experience that at the same level as dark-skinned individuals. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to discredit or like just remove what is happening to darker skin tone individuals, but we can't try to promote peace and all this extra shit, right? And then don't acknowledge that light-skinned people also can have that same treatment, right? So I feel that the word colorism should be either expand the definition, or just create another word of what light-skinned individuals also feel, because we can't just act like they don't have situations going on too. We can't act like light-skinned black people don't go through things too. Like, they go through things. They have struggles too. Like, you get what I'm saying? Everybody, like, I've been saying this for I'm gonna keep saying it. Everybody is going to have their own struggles, so we can't just discredit their own fucking struggles just because, oh, you're light-skinned. Oh, people look at you and they fetishize you and they everybody like you. That sounds like you're jealous and you're envy, right? Not all light-skinned people are like the stereotypical light-skinned person. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's just like, let's try to be understanding of one another. Let's try to be understanding of one another so we're not causing hateful things to each other. But for that to happen, we have to be open to this type of dialogue. We have to be open to actually, like, speak on it for real. Like, I'm just trying to be the middleman, and respectfully, I am the middleman. I'm a brown-skinned shorty. I got a dark-skinned little sister, so I understand the struggles of a dark-skinned person to a certain extent, right? I understand it because I educate myself. I pay attention to what's happening, right? And on top of that, I'm not a hateful individual. So I'm going to also apply that to a light-skinned person. So I'll even bring up an example. So I don't know if y'all know my good sis Mona, you feel me? AKA Don't Call Me White Girl. First and foremost, before I even get into her, y'all need to go check out her podcast. Like, she is literally the only podcaster that I listen to on a consistent basis. She a real ass nigga. Shout out to Phelps. You feel me? I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't fuck with Phelps for the longest, but now I fuck with Phelps. I'm gonna keep it real. Shout out to Dre. Shout out to Rhonda. Shout out to Tom. Shout out to the whole Don't Call Me White Girl crew. Hopefully we will meet. Like, we're gonna meet because I appreciate y'all. Like, what is it called? I appreciate y'all minds. There we go. Y'all minds are dope as hell. Like, the way that y'all talk about things, the way that y'all debate about things, it's funny as hell. It's inspiring as hell. And it's like, shit, power to the black people. But anyways, back to why I was bringing her up. Like, cause her name, Don't Call Me White Girl, right? That stems from people calling her a white girl because she's a light-skinned black woman, and people are just automatically like, you're not black, you're white. You get what I'm saying? So that's where that stems from. So like, watching her pod, she has opened up my perspective of what she went through, but she also expresses exactly what I just said about understanding that she knows what color, like what colorism is and stuff like that. But we can't just act like light-skinned people aren't going through what they're going through. Like, right? Like, I'm just trying to position everybody to be in a place where they can all heal together. I don't know. Like, I mean, all I know is I'm speaking on this topic by myself. I would love to speak to someone who is highly educated so I can get educated, because I genuinely just want to understand. I just want to understand. I don't want to come from a place that's hateful. I just don't want to be hateful to light skin, dark skin, no one. I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's not where I'm at. That's not what I want to be. None of that. So yeah, I just wanted to give a little pointers on that. Okay. And then, I recently seen that the Louisiana law, right? They just passed a law, Louisiana, right? They just passed a law that they say that you need an ID to watch porn. I'm not gonna hold you. I think that's smart as shit. I think that's smart as shit for you to have an ID to be able to watch porn, because porn is an adult industry. Facts. So you would have to be an adult to watch it, right? And how else can you prove that you're an adult? Your ID. Now, if a kid has access to a fake ID, then hey man, that's because they really want to see what's going on. But respectfully, I agree with that law. Hopefully that law does touch every state, because I would be down to, vote for that. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I like how that sound, for real. Yeah, I like how that sound. All right. Okay. Y'all know the deal. I gotta talk about the NBA. Okay, so my man's KD got injured, bro. Oh my God. He got injured. And who do we go against? Like, cause I got it in my notes, and I'm like, I was just, oh my God, I was just so like sad, cause bro, I've been watching KD since he was on the Warriors, and he had got injured on the Warriors, and that broke my heart. And now it's like, it's just giving deja vu. Like, you get what I'm saying? Okay, who do we go against? Hold up. We went against Miami. That's what we went. We went against Miami. It was on Sunday, and we won that game. Big motherfucking dubs. We won that game, and we won that game by 1 point. That's crazy. We came through, and we got that dub. Kyrie has 29 points. 29 is my lucky number. That's my birthday. You feel me? Like, that birthday, like, anyways, yeah, Kyrie was in his Duffy that game, so I was like, yeah, they came through and they got that dub. But all jokes aside, though, I pray that KD heals in the most fastest way he can. I pray that his mental is okay. I pray that he has the team that really cares for him and caters to his needs so that he can come back on the court. Today, the Celtics play us. We play the Celtics today. Oh my God, I'm ready for them. I am ready for them. But I'm calmly ready for them, because we keep taking L's with these niggas. So it's like, and respectfully, if we do get this dub, that's only one dub, because we done got swept by these niggas last season. But we're not stuck in the past, we're in the present. We play these niggas not right now, but we play these niggas today. I'm going to take notes on how this game went, so that next episode I can speak on it, let y'all niggas know how it is and shit like that. But yeah, that's the update on NBA. And I don't have really an update on the Warriors. Steph is back. He came back Saturday, I believe. And who were we playing? The Suns. That's who we were playing. We were playing the Suns, and I was not expecting us to lose that game, but it's all good, it doesn't really, like, I don't think that game really, like, did anything. It was just kind of like, all right, cool, that was an L, whatever. But yeah, that's all I have right now for the Warriors. So, oh, and I also want to talk about Crazy in Love by Krishan and Blueface. Boom. So episode 4 dropped on Sunday. So this is what I have so far in my notes. I said that, so this episode, right? This episode was a calm episode. It was about them two getting into a fight. So they got into a fight, and it seemed like I'm just trying to guess how it started. I don't really know how it panned out to be, because when the episode started, it was like the post of the fight. So we don't know what the fight looked like before that. We just only know how it looked after. And it seemed like they got into the argument and Krishan called him a bitch and he felt some kind of way, and then they got the fighting for real, and this nigga got a fucking cut in the back of his head. She had a cut on her hand. She like, you could just tell they was just scrapping in that motherfucker. And it was one of those things where he was explaining to her how she doesn't like to use her words in a more effective way. That's why they get to physically fighting and stuff like that. And he also like made these comments multiple times in this episode. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt for Krishan, because I be also like, I be feeling like, I don't know, I just can relate to her. I can relate to her from a certain extent. And he was saying like, oh, you want to be a nigga so bad, so I'm gonna treat you like a nigga and all this extra shit. Like, you want to be a girl, you don't know if you want to be a girl, you don't know if you want to be a boy. I understand where he's coming from, but respectfully, I don't want to hear none of that, because like, let's talk about, like, we know her background. Like, she's from Baltimore. She had to, I don't know her life like that. I'm not about to, but it's like, obviously she done went through some things. So it's like, yo, like, be patient. Like, if you really love shorty, be patient. Like, come on. But I also understand, that's your, what's it called? That's your health at risk, my boy. I get it. Like, yeah, I get it. I completely understand. I just relate to that because, like, I know how I am. Like, when I get angry or whatever, I don't physically touch nobody. That's not my body. That's not my character. But I do get lethal out the mouth. And it do sound like I'm a nigga when I get in that space, because when a nigga has me fucked up, I'm going to speak to you like, so. And then it's like, I done had people like say that shit to me too, like, oh, you da-da-da, and it's like, it's not even, it's like, first of all, don't nobody want to be a nigga. Like, I'm blessed to be a woman. Like, I just want to make that very clear. But what you not gonna do is take my niceness for thinking as weakness. Like, I'm gonna check you respectfully, and if it come across as if I'm sounding like a nigga, it's because I'm that nigga. Like, you either gonna get with it or get lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the space of trying to like force nobody to get with. Nah, like, I'm just gonna talk my shit and we're gonna move on. Like, that's where I'm at with it. I know how to communicate. That's why I don't need to put my hands on nobody. I'm gonna let you know how I feel, and I'm gonna let you know what you did, and I'm gonna let you know how fucked up you got me, and then, you get what I'm saying? Like, so therefore you can't be confused with me unless you choose to be confused. And if you choose to be confused, you could choose to be by your goddamn self, because I'm not about to be dealing with that nut ass shit. Facts. But respectfully, I understand their situation or whatever. They just got to get better. Well, Blueface is really good at communicating. He's really good at communicating how he really feels. Krishan needs to take that and reflect that. Like what's it called? Reciprocate that. She needs to take that and reciprocate that. Just express it. No, it don't matter how, like, if word of advice, I'll say, like, y'all, it's just being brutally honest is literally your go-to. Because how others feel respectfully is not your problem, because everybody should be able to cater to their own fucking feelings. And if you come across somebody that doesn't know how to do that, then I don't really know what to tell you. You're just gonna have to freestyle and do what makes sense to you to help you within that situation. But I'll tell you this, I never walk around here thinking like, oh, you gotta cater my feelings. That's how I was in the past. I'll say that part. Niggas was a kid. I'm only 21. It's been 3-4 years since I graduated high school. So it's like, I'm speaking from the perspective where now that I'm an adult, I know I cater to my shit. I don't expect nobody to cater to my shit at all. So I'm moving with everybody else is doing that too. So now it's like, I'm not afraid to let it be known when somebody got me fucked up. And where I'm at with it, it sounds like y'all probably think I'm somebody that's just like, damn, she probably get mad every time. Let me tell you something. I do have anger issues. Like, I do have like problems within me when it comes to like feeling triggered. Like, I'm gonna just keep it a bean. But I've learned to navigate through that and be more calmly and just internalize that. And now I've learned how to calmly like well, I didn't just learn it, but I'm just more aware of it, if that makes sense. Like, calmly tell somebody, like, you got me fucked up. You get what I'm saying? Like, you need to learn how to calmly tell somebody, like, yo, look, I don't know who you think you talking to, but you are not about to, you're not going to like what I got to say. I'll say that. And it don't even, and let me tell you something. As somebody who is 21, I didn't have to deal with people who see me in a childlike state of mind, childlike, you know what I'm saying, way of life, and then growing up and then having to explain, like, I don't like to be walking around here saying, oh, I'm grown, but respectfully, I am grown. You get what I'm saying? But I don't want to keep oversaying it, because what am I oversaying it for? Like, do I not believe myself? If thinking, I know I'm grown, I tell myself I'm grown internally all the fucking time. Like, I am. And if you older than me, when you see my age, you're gonna be like, oh my God, you're a baby, you're 21. All right, cool, I'll let that shit slide. Like, it's whatever. That's just what comes with it. But I'm an adult, and I know how to speak, and I know how to communicate, and I know how to, you feel me? I know how to pinpoint how I feel about my emotions, and know how to communicate that to the next person. And if you come at me a little, I'm gonna give it back. If you can't, like, a old friend. I got this from an old friend. He said, if you can, he would always say, if you can dish it, then you could take it. Facts. Because respectfully, I'm not no yes man. I used to be a yes man. I've learned a lot being a yes man, but I'm not that though. I'm not that. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear just because you want to hear it. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And I respectfully need that. I need people in my circle that's on that timing with me. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what I need to hear. Even if I don't even want to accept it in that moment, I appreciate it though, because you being real. You being real, and you speaking your truth. Nobody can't be mad at that, for real. You know what I'm saying? And even if I am, then I am. What about it? And what about it? And what about it? Ain't gonna do shit. Exactly. So it's like, whatever. So yeah, overall, I'm fucking with the show. I think you guys should tap in. I already said that already, but I don't want to force you guys if you guys don't want to watch it. If you just want to hear me make my summaries or whatever, it's cool. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. And thank you, listeners, for listening. I've realized I've been neglecting you guys. I appreciate you guys for listening. I really, really appreciate you guys. For real. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. And if you're listening to this in the car or whatever, I just need you to know that you're so beautiful and you're so special, and that I really love you, and that you are everything that God's ever wanted to create. Oh my God, I was trying to freestyle that and my mind went blank. But anyways, and obviously YouTube, I appreciate you guys watching me on YouTube and everything. I still don't have my thingy, but be patient with me. You know what I'm saying? Be patient. Don't forget to what is it called? Go on the description below. I have everything in there or whatever. Y'all saw the last episode. I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little better with my editing or whatever. You saw how my shit popped up. Yeah, I'm gonna do that every y'all fuck with me for real. I'm gonna do that. So hold on. Let me. Right here is where y'all can follow and listen to the podcast. Let it sit there for a little bit. Yeah. And then you can follow my personal social accounts on the Instagram, on the Twitter, on the TikTok. And you can also follow LogicalMindz socials on the Instagram, on the Twitter, on the TikTok. I tried to do Facebook, but respectfully, I'm not a Facebook type of bitch. And that's the end of that. But peace, love, and positivity. LogicalMindz.